So we're going to talk about the UAS Graduation Pathways. For those of you that have lingering questions about our eventual graduation pathways, most of those center around the similarities and differences between the International Baccalaureate or IB versus the Advanced Placement or AP. So we're going to start this conversation with what are some of the similarities between the IB and AP. First and foremost, they are academically rigorous courses. Deeply academic rigor is within each of these courses. They are, by and large, university level courses that students take in high school. They both rely on external exams. At the end of the 2-year course in the IB, a student will sit an examination that is sent from the IB. The student sits that exam, and we then ship those off to the IB for assessment. The exact same process takes place in the AP. And both provide an opportunity for students to earn university credit. Now, every university around the world is typically a private institution and has different rules and regulations on declaring credit earned for an AP or IB course. Sort of a baseline is advanced placement courses require a 4 or a 5 out of the 5-point scale if the university is going to provide credit. And for the IB, we're typically looking at a 5, 6, or 7 in a higher level course. And again, that is not standard. It is not a blanket statement. Universities have unique and individual rules and regulations on providing credit or giving credit earned for these high school courses. In terms of the differences between the IB and AP, first and foremost, it is length of time. So the International Baccalaureate is a 2-year program, and advanced placement are 1-year courses. Now, I really want to hone in on the difference between those words program and course. So the International Baccalaureate is a holistic approach to education. It is a program. We often refer to it as a set menu of courses, and the advanced placement are 1-year courses. We often refer to that as sort of a buffet, to continue that analogy. So over the course of 2 years, a student in the IB will have 6 academic courses, and in the advanced placement pathway, a student may take up to 12 academic courses in that American curriculum track, and with a selection of AP courses, maybe 2, maybe 4, maybe 5. Few students take beyond 5 or 6 AP courses in their junior and senior year. A lot of high schools in the United States prefer to have every student sit in at least 1 AP course by the time they graduate in order to have a taste of the rigor of a university course. If we're talking about the program of the IB, the easiest way to do that is to walk through this diagram, this visual representation. At the core is the IB learner profile. It is a set of attributes or characteristics that are instilled in students. Moving out from that core, moving out from the inside of that of this visual is the IB core, and that is made up of theory of knowledge, extended essay, and creativity, action or activity, and service. Speaking of TOK, it is a course where students fundamentally ask the question, how do you know? So when a student makes a knowledge claim, I think something, I feel something, I believe something, in the course we step back and we ask ourselves, how do you know? How can we prove this belief or this thought? Yeah. And an extended essay, it is a 4,000-word research paper. Students conduct primary research in a topic that interests them, supported by an advisor here on campus. I often refer to it as an age-appropriate dissertation. The length, the depth and breadth of research and writing that takes place in the extended essay provides students with a strong footing for academic writing when they go off to university. Lastly, in the core, creativity, activity, and service, this is inside and outside of school. Students engage in actions that are either creative or activity-based or service-based, and they are geared toward a particular set of learning outcomes for CAS. And it is, again, the core really that sets the International Baccalaureate apart in terms of being a holistic approach to education. On the outside, there are 6 academic courses, 3 of which are taken at the higher level and 3 of which are taken at the standard level. At the top of this diagram, we have studies in language and literature, which at our school is delivered in English. We also provide the opportunity for our native Arab speakers to take Arabic language and literature. In doing so, students would earn a dual language diploma, telling universities that they can work academically in both English and Arabic. For non-native Arabic speakers, students would take a language acquisition course on campus, either French or Spanish. If we look at our individuals and societies, students have the opportunity to take history, geography, business, or economics. In the bottom of this diagram, we have sciences, the arts and math, biochem, physics, or environmental systems are our science courses. And in lieu of a visual or performing art, students can double up in either the sciences or humanities. So for a student interested in going down that science route or the medical route, they might double up in biology and chemistry, or they might double up in chemistry and physics, for example. Somebody going down the more humanities-based route might take both business and economics. A further difference between the International Baccalaureate and AP are the way in which these two courses are assessed. Typically, there are written exams in the International Baccalaureate, and they measure students' ability to think critically and to analyze subject material. In the AP, it's typically a multiple choice exam, and it tests these students' knowledge of a specific set of content. Again, I go back to the similarity that they're both deeply rigorous in the depth and breadth of the mastery of a particular content area. The way in which it is assessed is somewhat different. Students are asked to take a certain set of content and apply it in a written exam in the IB, and they are to have mastery of content knowledge in AP. Generally speaking, students who are enrolled in the IB aim at the UK or European universities. However, it is widely accepted in North America, and generally speaking, AP students are aimed at North American universities. However, an advanced placement credential will get you into universities in the UK and Europe as well. So the general aim of each of these two programs is sort of a gross exaggeration, but students, in terms of geographic location, tend to pick one or the other. So the question we ask ourselves is, why multiple pathways here at UAS? Our philosophy, our aim, is to provide every student with a pathway for direct entrance into a university of their choosing within a field of study and location of their choice. Our Pathways approach provides a program of study that nurtures each student's area of strength, interest, and aspiration. It matches each student's individual learning style and challenges each student to achieve their personal best. So depending upon where a student might want to study at university and what they might want to study at university, and the level of challenge at a particular entrance program at university, students might walk down the road of engaging in the IB here at UAS or the AP. The most often expressed concern from students or parents is the idea of making a wrong choice. And I've said in all parent information evenings and coffee mornings in regards to our Pathways program, there is no wrong choice. Both the IB and AP are university level courses. Both are deeply rigorous on an academic level. Both will provide opportunities for direct entrance into a university of their choosing within a field of study and location of your choice. However, there's simply a different approach on both of these sides, both of these pathways. Ultimately, our goal is to open more doors. We are not looking to close any opportunities for students. In terms of what the flowchart looks like going through each particular core curricular options or departments, we're looking at English, humanities, math, and science. I won't spend too much time, but just follow the color. So our light blue boxes here unpack or explain the American Common Core curriculum courses. Orange are AP and green are IB. So we mandate that English 9 and English 10 are taken, and then once a student enters grade 11, they have a choice for these different pathways. They might choose English 11 in grade 11, and they may take an AP English Language and Composition or Literature and Composition in grade 12. As for humanities, both integrated 9 and 10 are required, and a student then can choose the opportunity to either engage in AP courses at an accelerated rate in grade 10 or at a standard rate, if you will, in grade 11 or 12, or they might choose the IB pathway. If we look at our sciences, it's very similar. Again, there's a pathway for American Common Core based courses, for AP courses in grade 11 and 12, as well as the International Baccalaureate. Math is a bit unique in that we have two approaches to integrated 1, 2, and 3. In grade 9 and 10 and 11, the standard track is integrated 1, 2, and 3. And for the accelerated program, we get through integrated 1 and half of 2 in grade 9. We finish up with the second half of 2 and get through all of integrated 3 in grade 10 in our accelerated program. And either of these approaches provide you with an opportunity to engage in the International Baccalaureate and the accelerated approach with the choice of IB or AP. Ultimately, if you have lingering questions, I encourage you to seek out guidance and input from your school counselors or myself. Please reach out to Ms. Rasha and get out of my calendar if you require a face-to-face meeting. Something I've said time and time again at both parent coffee mornings and information sessions is to reiterate, there is no wrong choice. We are looking to put students on a pathway that leads them towards success. Thank you very much.